Hello, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services sales executives, for our video message of the week. All right, we are still on our path talking about personal and business growth. And today's topic is a very powerful topic, and it's entitled, Take Nothing Personal. And I want to start off today with a question. Why is it so difficult for people to not take things personal? In fact, let me switch it around. Why is it so easy for people to take things personal? Well, I have some tips for you today that I promise you will help you with this concept. And I want to start off with what I call my 3 E's, basically the 3 culprits that all tie together on why people take things personal. Number 1, first E, ego. Here's a little thought for you. If you're human, we all have an ego. All right? Here's the key. What is our ego? Well, it's our self-image of us. Now, here's the key question is, does the self-image that you have of you serve you well? See, that's the key. Because depending how we think about ourselves, that's why self-talk on a day-to-day, moment-to-moment basis is so important. What we think about and what we say to ourselves about us is very key and either moves us in a productive manner or can move us in a very unproductive manner. We can all agree that we want to have our self-talk continuing to move us productively forward. The second E, very important, is emotions. So what is our emotions? Well, the emotions are our feelings and our reactions with those feelings or to those emotions. Now, here's the key point here. Let me be blunt. You have to take ownership of those feelings and those reactions. If something angers you and you react, the feeling of anger and that reaction, you need to own 100%. See, the key with it is if we give ownership, or what we call it is blame, we blame a certain circumstance for the way we feel. Wrong, incorrect. No one controls our feelings but us. So step 1 is you have to take ownership of it. Because if you're still in blame mode, you can't move forward. Very, very important. And when I say that, I mean 100% ownership, not 99. Okay? We control our feelings, no one else. And third, and very, very important, is expectations. You know, it's fine to put expectations on ourselves as, we do it all the time. For our business, our lives, we may put expectations on people we work with, maybe even friends or people we know. We have these expectations. You know what? Many ways, having expectations, it's great. It gives a benchmark, it gives something to shoot for. Here's where the problem comes into play. When we take those expectations personally, and if someone that we have an expectation on doesn't live up to our expectations, guess what? We get hurt. We get angry. We get disappointed. That's where the problem comes in. Listen, having expectations in certain situations is a great tool, but no one said within that tool that you're supposed to take it personally. That's not an effective way to use expectations. Look. We've got our 3 E's, ego, emotions, okay, and expectations. Those are the things that can really take us down this road of taking things personal. We need to control that. But here is the essence of all these 3. The reasons we get angry, we get frustrated, we get mad, we feel bad is because whatever being said or whatever happened, we gave life to it. We gave belief to it. We basically said, it's true. See, it wouldn't bother us if it was absolutely not true. Let me give you a silly example. If someone walked up to you and called you a giraffe, said, boy, you're a giraffe, you probably wouldn't lose sleep over it. And if you're sitting there right now saying, no, I'd lose sleep over that too, that's a huge problem. Okay? My point is the reason we don't lose sleep over someone calling us a giraffe is because there's no belief. It's not real. We're not making it true within our lives because we really don't believe we're a giraffe. But when they say other things or do other things or disappoint us, the reason it affects us so strongly is we see truth in what they're saying, and that's the issue. Okay, so what is our solution? How do we minimize this idea of taking things personal? Well, step one, you have to be aware of the way you see the world. See, it all comes down to how you see the world. And here's a little secret for you. We all see the world from our own eyes. All right? We all see them through our glasses, not someone else's. So you have to be cognizant and understand, okay, what Mark's saying here is, I'm seeing the world, okay, from my own eyes. Doesn't mean it's true, but it is true to me because that's the way I see the world. Be cognizant of that. All right? Second, when any type of comment or stimulus comes in or a circumstance, evaluate it. Evaluate it for value. You know what? Someone says something, don't take it personal. But you know what? If they feel this way, I want to make sure, okay, if there's value here, I can use it to continue moving me in a productive fashion. Don't take it personal. Evaluate it, even if it's something mean, okay, or you perceive it to be mean. Don't worry about it. Take it through, don't take it inside in a personal way, but look at it and say, you know, they're saying this. I didn't feel I was insensitive about that aspect of it, but maybe they're taking it that way. What can I do differently, potentially, okay, to make that a better circumstance? Here it is. You may come up with nothing, but you may come up with something. Either way, you evaluate it, all right, for value, then dump it. Then you're done. You move forward, all right? Maybe you believe it's not true. Maybe you believe there's some truth there and you can tweak it. Either way, evaluate it for value and then dump it. Next, and I mentioned this earlier, you have to take 100% ownership of yourself. Your feelings, your emotions, your ego, the expectations you're putting on people, you have to take 100% responsibility. Here's the key, you know, and this goes back to expectations as well. You have to know people are making decisions for themselves, not for you. You know, what do we always hear? You feel this song is about you? It's not. They're making their decisions. Sometimes you may not like the decisions they make, but they're making the decisions for themselves, for whatever their reasons are. And guess what? We all have the right to make good decisions, bad decisions, medium decisions, the whole bit. Regardless of that, know this. When people make decisions, they're making them for themselves. It has nothing to do with you. Even though sometimes those decisions can affect you directly, it still has nothing to do with you. They're making the decisions for themselves. Big, big point. And last, but certainly not least, this is a process, not an event. Here, let me help you out. No one masters this completely. No one masters it. But I will tell you where you can get to is when you think about this correctly, you make better decisions and you're cognizant that, oop, you know what? I think I'm taking that a little bit too personally. This is a discussion you're having with yourself. I think I need to back off and really get back to center about this topic. Doesn't mean you're a robot and you don't sometimes will take something personally, but when you think about this on an ongoing basis, you stop sooner, you take things less personally, and you stop yourself sometimes of taking something personally, okay, that you might have before, but you don't now because you have that correct mindset. All right? Big concept, but a powerful concept. Have a great week, everybody, and we'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.